Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about working at Firestone in 2021. This is the updated version of Should You Work at Firestone. I'm going to go over a lot of the points that I went over in that video, so be prepared for that. But this is for everybody who hasn't seen that video or has seen that video and wants a little bit more information. I've been working there for a year and 3 or 4 months, so I have more knowledge than I had back when I made the video, which was a year ago or something like that. I was working there for a month and I made that video. Now this is me working there about a year and 3 or 4 months making this video, so let's jump right into it. So now I am a C-Tech at Firestone instead of a maintenance tech. So this is going to be based more towards C-Techs and the tech version of Firestone rather than the maintenance tech. If you have any questions about the maintenance tech position, please ask them in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I answer every question that gets left in the comments. I try to, at least, and I like it. If I don't comment, I leave a like just to show that I saw it, read it, and I acknowledged it. So let's jump into it. So as a C-Tech, you're working 50 hours a week. You're working 10 hours a day. You get 30-minute lunches, so technically you're working 9.5 hours. I know a lot of people say that you're supposed to have an hour lunch or you don't get a lunch at all. It's all dependent on your shop and your manager. What they say pretty much goes, but technically you're supposed to get an hour lunch, I believe. We get 30-minute lunches and that's pretty much it. We can sit down throughout the day. In the wintertime it's super slow, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just sit around for hours and not do anything, because that's how the winter is here. No tourists, no money. So the shifts that you're going to be working, closing is 9 to 7, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. It may be different at other shops. This is at my shop. This is how the hours go. And then you have second shift, which is 8 to 6, and opening shift, which is 7 to 5. So 7 a.m. to 5 opening, second shift is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closing shift is 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And it all depends, on what shop you're at and your manager and how he schedules. That's how my manager schedules, and I'm assuming that it might be that same way across the board. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays we're open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's when you're going to be scheduled. You're going to work all day, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday is the same way, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. though. So you're going to be working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday actually might be 7 to 6. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is I go in 8 to 6 every Saturday if I work that Saturday, which normally I do 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. As a tech at Firestone, you're going to be paid flat rate, which means you're going to be paid by the job. Every job has a set amount of flag hours that you get paid for doing the job, and you'll get paid based off of that. So the more you sell, the more you get paid. And the more you do, the more hours you flag in a week, the more you'll get paid. It's not based on how many hours you clocked in anymore. It's based off of how many hours you flagged. So how many vehicles have you turned? How many tickets have you turned over that? And how much have you sold, basically. It's all dependent. Like an oil change, you're going to be paid 0.3. CVI is 0.5. Tire rotation, no charge, is a 0.4. Brake inspection is a 0.3. It's all different, and you'll have to sell each individual items, and that's how you'll make your money. I can make a whole different video about some of the things you can sell and what I sell and what I try to sell on every ticket and how I try to get paid more and more. I personally, I flag 50 to 60 hours a week. My slow weeks are anywhere from 30 to 40. If I miss a day, that doesn't even count. But 30 to 40, well, 40 to 50 is my slow week. 50 to 60 is my average week. And anywhere above that is just a really good week. That's just my personal, how many flag hours I get on average. Because I get asked that a shit ton in the comment section below. So there you go. That's what I do. In our shop, also, there's only one alignment rack. I don't know if there is any shops with 2 alignment racks. If you work at Firestone and your shop has 2 alignment racks, let me know, because I've only ever seen 1 alignment rack in every single shop. I don't know if that's, I don't know why. I don't know why they wouldn't have like 2 in bigger shops. Like with 10 bays, why wouldn't you have 2 alignment racks? That would make sense to me, right? Also, with getting paid, you don't get any spiffs and there's no commission. So that's also a downside, because at dealerships and some other places you'll get spiffs and commission off of things you sell. At Firestone, nope, you don't get that. There is a new position at Firestone that's 25% work in the shop and then 75% customer service related. I'll do another video on that, because that's a whole weird job that they brought in. They're trying to get rid of the tire manager, and I don't even know what they're doing. It's gonna be a disaster, but I'll make a video on that because that's stupid. So a perk about being a tech at Firestone is ASE testing is free, no matter if you fail or pass. Firestone pays for it, so you can fail a test and they'll pay for it. You can pass it and they're gonna pay for it. So get your ASEs while you can if you are planning on working at Firestone, or if you are working at Firestone and you didn't know about that, get your ASEs, go for it. It's definitely worth it. I haven't gotten any yet because I'm stupid, but that's besides the point. The tech levels at Firestone, you go from maintenance tech to C tech to B tech to master tech or A tech. And then for the front end, it's service writer, tire manager, and service manager are pretty much equal in my book. I think service manager is technically assistant manager, but in my shop, service manager is technically definitely way higher than tire manager. Tire manager isn't as equal rank wise in my shop. So tire manager, service manager, and then store manager. So that's how that goes. Working at Firestone, it all depends on how many techs you have at your shop, but you're probably going to be working on multiple cars. Even if there are more techs in your shop, you're going to be pulling cars in behind your car and working on those cars. No matter what, you're going to end up working on multiple cars, so be prepared to multitask. If you're not prepared for that, don't become a tech. A good thing also about working at Firestone is you're also going to have the chance to RTI your work. So if you don't complete something, or if you did complete something one week and it didn't cash out until the next week, you can get that RTI'd and put on the check that it would have been on if they would have cashed it out when you got the work done. So that's a plus about becoming a tech, so you can worry about your flag hours that way. Also, the pay week is Sunday through Saturday, at least at my Firestone. We get paid on Fridays, so Sunday through Saturday is your pay week, and you have to go on to Dayforce and authorize the hours and that fun stuff. It's weekly pay, at least for me. I don't know if it's bi-weekly at different Firestones, but weekly pay. Every week, every Friday, you'll get paid. Downside of working at Firestone is it pays less than the dealers. The dealers pay $17+ an hour, at least from my knowledge, for technicians. So working at Firestone definitely is a pay cut compared to a dealer. You're supposed to alternate days off. Weekends you're supposed to alternate, but I mean, it doesn't really happen that way. But you're supposed, at my shop anyway, because one of our techs has off mandatory every weekend, so we can't really alternate weekends. So, but it's supposed to work where you're supposed to alternate weekends. Everybody's supposed to have off a weekend eventually. Some of us just don't get off any weekends. It is what it is. On slow days, you don't have to worry about starving completely. I don't know how it works at different shops, but at our shops, we rotate work. So if it's really slow, as tickets come out, the service manager is going to hand them to people based on if you've gotten, when you've been up. So work is always going to be rotated. Don't worry about trying to start like starving on slow days. Eventually you're going to starve. There's going to be slow days, and you're not going to flag as many hours, and it's going to suck. But you're going to have to get through those days, and it'll get better. Another thing from Firestone is they do not provide tools. There's no tools provided. They tell you they're going to provide tools, but they don't provide tools. All the shop tools are either stolen or missing, lost, something. They don't buy them because they don't provide tools. You aren't going to see shop tools. They're supposed to provide tools. They're supposed to provide an air gun, wrenches, socket set, oil filter wrench, like sockets, oil filter wrenches. They're supposed to provide that stuff, but they don't. So you're going to have to buy your own stuff, and it's going to be expensive, but it's definitely worth it if you plan on being in the automotive industry any longer than like 5 years. It's definitely worth it to invest in your own tools, even if you're not going to be in the automotive industry. Work on your own car, save a bunch of money. Worth it. There are going to be friendly techs, and there's going to be asshole techs at Firestone. It's working at shops in general. You're going to run into all kinds of different people. At my shop, my techs are friendly. They let me borrow their tools when needed. So that's a plus of working at my shop, but I don't know how it is at your shop. Like I said before, it's all dependent on the shop. So with flagging hours, even if you do starve on a week and you flag 25 hours, but you worked 40 hours, you're gonna get paid for 30 hours no matter what. There's a 30-hour guarantee, which means as long as you clock 40 hours, you're gonna get paid 75% of your time. Anything over 40, you're not gonna get paid 75% of your time. It's only gonna be 30 hours. But if you only clocked, like, I don't even know, what's another number divisible by 4? If you clocked 32 hours and you only flagged, let's say, 21, you're going to get paid for 24 hours. So there's always a guarantee, so don't worry about starving 1 week, even if you did flag really low. Also, another thing with flag hours is a good is 120%. So that's flagging like 60, 70, 80 hours a week when you clocked 40 hours a week. If you clocked 50 hours a week, it's like flagging 70, 80, 90 hours a week when you worked 50 hours a week. So it sounds rough, but once you get the hang of things, once you do things multiple times, you'll start to get faster, and you'll start to be able to flag more hours. So just keep at it, and you're gonna get there. So my final thoughts, Before I get to my final thoughts, actually, I forgot to mention the benefits. At Firestone, if you're full-time, you do get benefits, health, dental, vision, you get a 401k, and you get pool insurance. There's a bunch of other benefits and discounts for working at Firestone. There's an employee discount. I paid $3 for some windshield wipers today. My oil change for a 1.5 liter car is $21 for 4.9 quarts of oil. So it's super cheap. Any work you're going to get done, do it at Firestone if you are working at Firestone, because that employee discount is amazing. You get parts at cost or 10% above cost, which isn't bad at all, because Firestone gets things for dirt cheap. My final thoughts for working at Firestone in 2021 is it's a great place to learn. You're gonna learn a lot there, especially if you're new tech. If you have no experience going into the automotive industry, I definitely recommend Firestone. You're gonna learn a lot. Get your ASEs because they're gonna be free. Even if you don't want to wait to get your ASEs from Firestone, you can pay for them and they reimburse you for it, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Even so, they're not super expensive, so go out and buy them or get them for free through Firestone. And then eventually, I'd say move to a dealership if you want more money. If you want to work your way up through Firestone and become a master tech, that's also good money. There's good money at Firestone. You can make good money at Firestone. There's also good money at dealerships. You're always going to hit a cap until you own your own shop. So work at Firestone until you can own your own shop, or work at Firestone, move to the dealership, and then own your own shop. But no matter what, always strive to own your own shop, because that's how you're going to make the most money if you're into making more and more money. If not, then work at Firestone or work at the dealership and then retire. You know, you're going to make good money either way eventually, as long as you stick with it. I definitely recommend Firestone for beginners, and that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. If you have any questions or have any answers to the questions I had during the video, please leave a comment. And like I said, I try to get back to every single comment in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you guys, and peace out.